We are down to the final 2 weeks of the regular season here on Big Muzz Gaming and Monday Dice Football. It is time for Football America's Game of the Week for Week 12. The penultimate week of the season brings us to Chicago, Illinois. The Flames are on the outside looking into the playoffs, as are their opponents. A win for either of them keeps them in the hunt, while a loss more than likely boots them out. From historic Soldier Field, the Chicago Flames take on the Las Vegas Outlaws. Orlando's bye is the only reason the Apollos are not on the top of the power rankings this week, taken this time by Portland, Orlando dropping to number 2, while Philadelphia climbed up a spot to take 3rd, booting the Outlaws down to 4th, while the Gunners are still strong enough to finish in the top 5 despite the fact that they have a .400 record. Only one significant injury of note to report this week, and it affects the other side of the Federals' offensive line. Right tackle Gabe McCartney injured his wrist during the game against Chicago. He has been ruled out for the remainder of Washington's season. Onto your Football America headlines for Week 12. There are rumors of possible bankruptcy looming for Seattle's ownership after more reports have come out of missed payments to players and to Husky Stadium. The consensus among many seems to be that it's not a question of if the Seals fold, but when. Chicago receiver Darius Holloway submitted to officers after a warrant was issued against him. He has been allowed time off to deal with those legal issues, so he will be out for this week's game. Washington quarterback Kenny Mackey was fined for an illegal hit he made on Willie January during his interception return. I'm sure that won't haunt him this week. St. Louis left tackle Preston Wenzel was fined for excessive celebration during Montreal Dixon's touchdown catch. And Vegas receiver Ricard Edwards was cited for DUI this week. He was, however, released without bail and will be allowed to play tonight. Now we'll look at these possible playoff contenders with our Girth Watch tale of the tape. Brandon Mass of Vegas is more than likely a top 5 candidate for MVP this year, and it shows in his passer rating and touchdown-interception ratio, his last 4 picks only coming in the last 2 weeks. While Colby O'Connell has been struggling with his passing game as well as injury keeping him off the field for a significant amount of time. Both teams allow similar points per game, but Vegas has more of a bend but don't break kind of defense, allowing nearly 400 total yards per game, but they make up for that bend with a great turnover differential, a plus 14 compared to Chicago's plus 3. This season, the Outlaws have been very efficient in getting points, managing to do so in nearly 6 out of 10 possessions. Chicago has one of the best defenses in the league, so the best thing for them to do is try to shut down that Outlaw offense and keep those points off the board. If they can get enough of that done, they might be able to come away with a win tonight. Time to find out, though, as it's time to kick this game off here in Chicago. It's the Flames taking on the Las Vegas Outlaws. Alright, let's get right into this. This is going to be a very important game for either of these teams. So Vegas wins the toss, and they will get the ball to start the game. So let's see where the Outlaws come out for their opening drive. They're going to start from their second zone. First drive from scrimmage, it'll be tendency against the blitz. They're going to pass it. 45, offensive penalty, kills the drive.
Flag?
Quick 3 and out there, unfortunately, so that will force the punt. And that'll take us 3 zones, so Chicago takes over just inside midfield. All right, first drive for the Flames. They are going with their tendency against the run. They will run it. 56, at least one defensive lineman rated run 0. Yeah, Easton Weaver, the right tackle. He is a 0, so that is going to hit. That'll be a gain. On the missed tackle, we'll get 1 zone, and that's inside Vegas territory. All right, we got a pass versus safe. 34, 2 more players in the backfield with a 0 pass. Tillman's not. Scribner, we're on the other side, so he's good there. O'Connell is good. So that's a no, so it'll be complete. 6 makes it XP. 3 or more will put it in the end zone. And they got it! Touchdown, Chicago! The extra point from Gensitano, 54. That is up and good. Opening drive for Chicago puts them on the board. They're on 7-0. All right, let's see if Vegas can respond with a score. They're going to start in their third zone. All right, they're going to run it against a safe defense. 24. 2 or more players ready to run 2 in the backfield. That's not going to happen. It's no gain, possibly a fumble. No fumble there. Let's see if it's 3rd or 4th. It will be 4th down. So another punt for the Outlaws, and it'll be a nice one. They'll go 4 zones, so the Flames will take it inside of their own 20. Next drive for Chicago is a run versus safe. 13 is runner double A or better. Nope, best they can do is a C, so they're surrounded down for no gain, but it will be 3rd down. Another run versus the run defense this time. 52. At least one defensive lineman rated run 0. They've got Weaver, so yes, that is a gain. And the 4 will get us 1 zone. That puts them outside of the red zone. Drive continuing. It'll be tendency against the run. They are going to run. Taking on that run defense. 41. 2 more players ready to run 0 on the offensive line. Yeah, Philip Van Dyke, the left guard, and Trey Andrews, the center, are both 0s. So no gain there, and that will shut down the drive. They'll have to punt. Little progress is dashed here, so they'll have to punt it away. It'll go 4 zones deep, so Vegas takes over inside their own 20. Couple minutes left here in the first. The audible will go to a pass against a pass defense. 42, and he tied into wide receiver with a 0 pass. No! Edwards is a 2, Ogogu's a 1, Hudson's a 1, so it's all good. It is complete. Is there a questionable catcher? No, everyone's decent, so it will be completed. And it will go 1 zone. Alright, it'll be a pass versus the run. 51, any player on the defensive line rated 2? Yeah, Luke Seavey is a 2 pass, so that's going to be incomplete, but it will be 3rd down. Final minute of the quarter here. So tendency against a safe defense, they will pass it. 46, any player on the defensive line with a 2 pass? Yeah, that's Seavey. He would have been sacked, but Brandon Mass is an exceptional passer, so he sees the sack coming and throws it away. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down to start the second. All right, Vegas will punt it away here to start the second. And it's only going to go 3 zones, so Chicago will take it inside their own 35. Still a 7-0 game here. It'll be a pass versus the safe defense. 43, 2 or more receivers or tight ends with a 0 pass. Let's see, they got R.J. Carter, so that's a yes. Goodlow is a 1, so he's good. Lucas Morris is in the tight end spot, so that will not hit, so it'll be complete. And it'll go for 1 zone. They'll push themselves closer to midfield. All right, they're going to audible against the safe defense. They will run it. 44, 2 more players ready to run 2 on the defensive line. That is not going to happen here, so that is a gain. 6 is an XR. 4 is for 4 zones, and that puts them inside the 10 of Vegas. Now goal to go. They will run it against a run defense. 46, 2 or more linebackers rated run 0. Nope, everyone is a 1, so they are stuffed down for no gain, and that'll bring up 4th. So we'll bring out Gancitano to kick the field goal. See how far they got down the field. They got stopped at the 7-yard line, so that'll make it a 14-yard try. Field goal rating is an A, so 11-63 should put it through. Kick is up, and it's good. It's now a 10-0 game. Vegas will take this kickoff, and they'll bring it out to the second zone. Outlaws got to get on the board here if they want a chance. So it will be a pass versus the blitz. 44, home team on defense? Yes, they are. It would have been a sack, but another exceptional read by Mass will throw it away. It is incomplete. 4th down. So another punt coming up, and this will go another 3 zones, so Chicago will take it just inside their own territory. All right, this will be a run versus run. So we're about halfway through the second quarter. 12, runner AAA or better, nothing there, so no gain, and another punt coming up. And the Flames boot this away 3 zones, so that's where Vegas will take over inside their own 20. All right, we have a run versus safe to start this next drive. 51, 2 or more defensive backs with a run 2. None of them do, so it will be a gain of 5, so it makes it 2 zones, and that'll take it close to midfield. All right, we have a pass versus the run. 25, any player on the offensive line with a 0 pass? Yeah, the center, David Morrow, has it, so it is a sack.
No.
They don't lose the yard, but it will be 4th down. We got the sack on that. Player 14 is defender G, and that's going to be Devontae Nairn, bringing down Brandon Mass. So 4th down coming up. Vegas will punt it away, and the 3 will get them 3 zones. Chicago takes it inside the 20.
Boring!
Come on, you schnorrers! Do something!
So we have 2 minutes to go here in the half. And Chicago will run it against a run defense. 24, 2 more players ready to run 2 in the offensive backfield. That does not happen. No gain. Possible turnover. We're going to check for the fumble. Nothing there, but it will be 4th down. So Vegas will get the ball back, and they'll have a pretty good shot at it. They're going to start inside midfield with about a minute left. So they got 2 segments left. They're going to go with a pass versus a safe defense. 11 is Y greater than. We're going to roll the die to see what we get. Is it greater than 2? Oh, Mass is a 3, so it'll be intercepted.
Yoink!
Yoink!
4 will pick it off 1 zone ahead just inside midfield, and Chicago will take over for the final segment. Who got that interception? That's player 6. Defender B, and that's James Thurman, the free safety, making the pick. So last segment here in the half before we go to the break. It'll be tendency versus pass. They will run it. Do the right thing here, preventing anything going. Oh, and an offensive penalty.
Flag.
Will kill the drive, but that's okay. That is how the first half will come to a close. We have yet to have any shutout happen in Football America, but if this pace continues, we may see history in the making. Chicago leads the Outlaws 10-0, with Vegas only putting up 51 yards of total offense this half. They're going to really need to rethink their game plan, especially with playoff implications looming overhead. While they figure things out in the locker room, let's figure out what happened in the rest of the league for Week 12. Not many people came to the Dome after St. Louis's unceremonious elimination, but the Gunners were still looking to finish at .500 for the year. They faltered in the first quarter, allowing the Riders to get 4 unanswered points, but then went on a 16-3 run from the start of the second through 5 left in the fourth. The game then blew open for the Gunners when Kyle Greenberg recovered a fumble and took it all the way 70 yards for the scoop and score. San Antonio stuck around, but the Gunners stood tall in this one, 23-16. New York came into this game knowing they needed to win to stay alive in the playoffs, but Orlando would not play ball because a win for them would lock up the East Division title. They led this one from their opening drive and never gave the Knights any opportunity to get within a score. Both quarterbacks were clean, but neither found the end zone as the Apollos win this game and clinch the East Division 23-10. Football karma seemed to catch up with Washington quarterback Kenny Mackey, who got hurt on Washington's opening drive. That put the duties on the shoulder of Sam Sladen, who did a pretty good job stepping up for the Federals. Washington's defense did a good amount of lifting too, with 3 interceptions, and next week could be history-making for the Hogs, and not in a good way. They lose this one to Washington 28-10. With the writing on the wall for the Seals, it seems both fan and player are ready to let it all be over soon. In spite of the negative aura surrounding the team, Matthew Kelly still put on a good performance on the field, but Brandon Ellebogen collected over 450 yards on his end. Drillers dominated in Seattle, 31-9. Finally, Los Angeles had their season finale in front of a sold-out crowd in Portland. The Wolfpack was out in full force, helping the Alphas jump to a 21-0 lead at halftime. LA would get on the board to start the second half, but it was cruise control for Portland from there. They end LA's season with a loss, 28-14. Philadelphia is on the bye this week, and they are watching this game with bated breath because a Chicago loss means they lock the finals playoff spot in the East, but a win? that means scenarios aplenty, and Chicago will need all they can get to keep their lead. Second half of this game coming up after the break. Monday Night Football and Football America are brought to you this week by Biddy Beer, the official beer of Football America. Biddy Beer, Biddy prices for nearly 100 years. By Rubicon Wireless, cross into a new era of calling with 500 anytime minutes for only $99 a month. And by Pizza Kingdom, where our decree is delicious. Vegas shut out in the first half. Let's see if they can do better in the second. Remember, you can always click the link in the description to follow along with us. And if you have second season at home, you can replay this game or the entire 2000 Football America season. Alright, so from those scores from halftime, this game more important than ever. If you win, you're still alive. If you lose, you are out. And that's going to be a tough pill to swallow here. Chicago will start the second half, and they will take the ball into their second zone. They're going to audible against the run. They will throw it. 25. Any player on the offensive line with a 0 pass? No, everyone's a 1. So they hold on to it. It will be completed. That'll be an XP gain. It's a go result. We'll go 5 zones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to inside the Vegas red zone. All right, we have another audible against the run. It will be another run play. 13 is runner double A or better. None of them have that, so that's no gain, and it'll be 4th down. So that'll bring out Gancitano for the field goal. Let's see, 52. We'll put it there. So they got to the 17-yard line, so this will be a 24-yard attempt from zone 2. 11-61 will boot it in. On its way. And it's good, and it's now 13-0. And kick return for Vegas. We get an O result. Ooh, they're going to get it out to zone 4, so they close into midfield. Vegas down 2 scores. They got to start getting down the field here. It'll be a run versus the pass. 36, and an offensive penalty kills the drive.
Flag.
So that'll force the Outlaws to punt. And we get an O result on the punt. It will go 2 zones, so back to Chicago's 35. All right, we've got tendency against a safe defense. They will run it. 62, at least one defensive back with a run 0. Yeah, Shea Petrie does, so that'll be a slow to respond there from the defensive backs. It's a gain. We have an XR gain. We'll go for 3 zones. And puts them inside the Vegas 35. We've got a pass versus pass. 46. Any player on the defensive line with a 2 pass? Yes, Easton Weaver has it. It'll be a sack, loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down.
I eat quarterback for breakfast.
We got the sack there. Player 8. That's defender I, and that's a sack from Brian Dwyer, the defensive tackle. All right, 4th down coming up. I think we'll try for the long field goal here. See how far they got down the field. It's 33. Add 4 to 35 is 39. So that'll make it a 46-yard attempt for Gancitano. And it'll be a long attempt for him, so it'll be a B grade from zone 4. It's 11-23 to put it up and make it a 17-point lead. Here's the kick. It's good! What a kick! To make it 16-0.
From the parking lot.
So now Vegas down 2 scores, and they're starting their 3rd zone. Vegas' season in the balance here. They're going to run it against a safe defense. 35. 2 more players rated run 0 on the offense. Let's see. They got Washikowski, the left guard. He's a 0. Nothing. They have Middleton in this position. Thetford here, so those are no. And that's the only one, so that's a no. It'll be a gain. And it's good for 2 zones. It crosses into Chicago territory. All right, we got an audible against the blitz. They're going to pass it. 14 is a completion C or better? Yes, it is. It is complete. We need to check the review to see if it hit the ground or not. 54 or higher, and it's incomplete. Nope, it is good. It'll be a completed catch for 3 zones. That puts them inside the 10. Goal to go for Las Vegas. It's an audible against the pass. They will run it. Looking to punch it in. 26. At least one player ready to run. 2 on the line. Yes, they get Rex Ogden. He finds the hole. Gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Vegas. Extra point coming up from Vandercraft. It is up and good. And it is now 16-7. So Vegas finds the end zone right before the quarter ends. We're rolling for the kickoff. It's an O result. And they will start in zone 3 to start the 4th. 1 quarter left to go, potentially for playoff hopes for either of these teams. So it will be a pass versus a safe defense to start the 4th. 24, any player on the offensive line with a 2 pass, they do not have it. It is a sack.
Too bad your ass got sacked.
They don't lose the yard, but it will bring up 4th down. We got that sack. That is player 9. That will be defender H, and that's a sack for Michael Clark. So that will force Chicago to punt, and they will take it 3 zones, and Vegas will take over inside their own 35. Next drive, it'll be tendency against the run, and it will be a pass. Opportunity for the Outlaws, 55. Any DB with a 2 pass? Yes, James Thurman has it, and it's intercepted. Picked off, 1 zone ahead, inside the 50. And that's where Chicago will take over. Who got that interception? 17 is player G, and that's a pick from Devontae Nairn, who gets his 2nd big hit of the day. We do have to check for the injury, though. Let's see who got hurt here. 63 is defender H, so that's Lucas Station who got injured. Let's see how long he's going to be out. It will be for the remainder of the quarter, so unfortunately that means he is done. Chicago with a chance to extend the lead. It'll be a run versus a pass. 24, 2 more players ready to run, 2 in the backfield. They don't have it, so no gain. It might pop the ball out. It does not, so it will be 4th down. So that will bring out Gantitano once again for the field goal. And with the 11, they are pretty close. They will be at the 36-yard line, which will make it a 43-yard attempt. He's hit from here before. Let's see if he can do it again to make it 19-7. Still needs 23 or less to put it in. Kick on its way. It's no good. It will be brought out by Vegas. It will be brought out. And 2 will take it -1, so they will bring it out to inside their 10. It's going to be a long drive for Vegas to try to get back into a 1-score game. They're going to start with a run versus the run. 14, runner AA or better. They have a runner who can. Let's see who it goes to. 16, Richardson on the outside is a B. Allen on the inside is a B, so that does not hit. It is no gain and 4th down. Still plenty of time, still a 1-score game, so they will punt it away. It's going to be an O result. It's a wow result. They could boot this one deep, and they will. It'll go 6 zones. So Chicago will take it inside their own 20. Now more than ever, Vegas' defense needs to step up. It will be a run versus the blitz. 66, 2 more defensive backs with a run 0. Yeah, Petrie and Washington both have it, so they're out of position. It'll be an XR gain. Good for 4 zones. And they're now inside the 35. Next up, it'll be a run versus safe. 32. 2 more players ready to run, 2 on the offense. No, they don't have that, so no gain there. It'll be third down. Final segment before we go to full play. It'll be a run versus safe here on third down. 65, 2 more linebackers rated run 0. No, they are all rated 1, so it's no gain, and it'll bring up fourth down on full play. All right, we are now into full play since we are 1 score away. So it will be 4th and 10 for Chicago. They're on the Vegas 21-yard line. And I think the best thing for them to do is to just have Gancitano kick field goal here. So from the 21, it would make it a 28-yard attempt. And it would make it 19-7, a 12-point game if it hits. He's an A, so... yeah, as long as it's not 65 or 66, it will be good. Let's see the result. Kick on its way. 25 is up, and it's through. And that will make it 19-7. So now a 2-score lead for Chicago. So Vegas now really behind the 8 ball here. So here's the kickoff from Gancitano. 24. So 65 with a B grade. We're going to add 3. So it's 68. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 68 takes it to the 2-yard line. It will be returned by their primary returner, who is Deontay Partridge. He's got a pretty decent kick return rating. Let's see what he comes up with. 46. It's an unusual return. We get 42. It's a 22-yard return with a foul.
Flag.
So that'll take it to the 24-yard line. Let's see what the penalty is. 55, so that is an illegal block in the back on the return team, so that'll push them 10 back. And Vegas will take over on their own 14-yard line. All right, Vegas has the ball. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line. They are down by 12, so they are in situation C for probably the rest of the game here. So they will start with a long pass. It'll be against the blitz. Let's see how they fare on this drive. 32. Does EA have a 2-pass? Yes, Ricardo Edwards does. So it'll be flagged for pass interference.
Flag.
Let's see if it's a flagrant foul. No, almost was, but no. So it will, instead of being about a 26-30-yard penalty, it'll just go for 15, but it'll be an automatic first down. All right, so that'll restart it here with first down now at the 29-yard line. Almost kind of getting the penalty back from the legal block. They will go with a long pass against the pass defense. So they do 42. Is EA a 0 pass? He is not, so we'll go to the XL column. There will be a penalty, so we'll see if this even goes through. 11. Is X greater than 5? No, so it'll be a 25-yard catch for Richardson. Travis Richardson getting the grab, but we do need to see the penalty. Let's see what the foul is. 14. Oh! It is a defensive foul. Let's see what the call is here. It is 2A. It is a personal foul on the defense, so that'll tack on another 15 yards and an automatic first.
Another one.
So the personal foul was called on, it'll be either player A or K. It'll be called on player K, so that's Tanner Waubi, who was called for the personal foul. So we got to be careful. If he gets another one, he might get thrown out here, as is the rules in Football America. So it is now 1st and 10 for Vegas. They are on Chicago's 31-yard line, and suddenly they have a chance to put points on the board. Let's see. They're going to go long versus pass. What do we get out of this? 43. Does EB have a 0 pass? No, he is good. So the quarterback will get rid of it, and it's incomplete. All right, now 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, it'll be long versus the blitz. We get 15. Mass is a B. It's incomplete once again. So 3:30 to go. It's 3rd and 10. They are going to go with a medium pass against the pass defense. All right, interesting choice, but I don't disagree with it. 12 with a B, and that Mass gets it. It's complete for 13 yards and out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. It'll be completed out to Barber for the catch. So Vegas moving down the field as we're just under 3 and change left It'll be 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. So it's not a long inside the 20. It's always a medium inside the 20. So it will be a medium versus the blitz. So 66. Does Jay have a 2 pass? He does not. It'll be complete for Q plus yards. So it will be completed out to Ogobu, who will make the catch. It'll be good for 13. And if we roll a 5, it'll go into the end zone. No, he's 1 yard short. But it'll be 1st and goal at the 1. So at the 1 yard line, it'll be 1st and goal to go. They're going for a short pass against the pass, as it's all passes that are not short or screen. They're always going to be short passes. So short versus the pass. This will be a short pass for Barber. See if Cole Barber can haul it in. 26. Does TB or QB have a 2 pass? He does not. It's complete for 2 dice, and that's all you need. Touchdown, Vegas. So now the question is, are they going to be bold? Do they go for a 3-point conversion to almost make it a field goal to tie it? I'm going to roll the decider die. Will they be bold? They are going to be bold. They're going to go for 3.
Let's go gambling!
So a 3-point conversion from the 10-yard line. See if they can convert. It will be a medium pass versus the pass. This will be a medium pass intended for Travis Richardson. 53. Is Jay a 0 pass? He is not. The quarterback would have been sacked, but he throws it away. Incomplete, so the try is no good. But it is a 6-point game. So 2:30 left. Vegas has 1 timeout. I'm wondering if they want to try for the onside kick or if Chicago will defer and kick off instead. So let's see if Vegas will try the onside kick. They will not. Does Chicago defer because they want to have their defense stop them? They do not. They want the ball. All right, so it's just going to be a straight traditional kick. Nothing fancy here. So from the 30-yard line, we'll have the kickoff. We're going to hope and try to stop them before they can do significant damage. Kickoff 16, so 67, and A is 6. So that will make it 73 yards, so they'll be taken 3 yards deep in the end zone. So Strachan will take it 3 yards deep in his own end zone. So he brings it out. 53 will add 3 to his return, so it's 21. 21 minus 3 will give us 18, and that is where Chicago will set up shop. All right, so 1st and 10 from Chicago's own 18-yard line. They're on situation D, so all they have to do is just run it. Let's see what they do. They're going to go inside against the run. And this will be an inside run for Brennan Jones. 62, does D have a run of 2? He does not. He's run 0, so we're going to go to the XR column. 26, does E or F have a run of 2? They do not, so he'll wiggle past defenders for 8 yards. He'll get to the 26, where we'll reach the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes to go. Vegas is going to have to stop them on these sets of downs. Otherwise, this could effectively be game over. It will be an outside run against the run defense. This will be an outside run for Shamir Scribner. 63. Does G have a run of 0? He does not. Cuts the corner, goes for a 2-yard loss. Do they push them out of bounds? They do not. So we will have Vegas call their first and final timeouts. They only have the 1. So it's now 3rd and 4 from the 26. See if they can make the stop. It'll be an inside run against the blitz. See if they have it. 54. Does I have a run of 0? No. Brian Dwyer is a 1. So the blitz trashes the play. It's a 2-yard loss. So it'll be 4th down with a minute to go. So we're down to 1 minute to go. It'll be 4th and 6 from Chicago's 22-yard line. They will have to punt. So they'll bring out Brandon Strachan to kick this away. Let's see, 11. Oh, we're going to go to the long punt chart. See how long this one goes. Another 11, so it'll be 43 yards and fair caught, so only 5 seconds off the clock. But let's see, 43, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Vegas will take it from their own 35-yard line, and they'll have 55 seconds to go 65 yards. So potential season-saving drive for Vegas if they can pull this off. They got 65 yards to go down the field, and they've got to do it in less than a minute. 1st and 10 will be a long pass versus the pass. 22, it's a possible pick. Well, Mass has a low rating, so it might not go. 35, asking for 6 or more. It's not there, and it's incomplete. Now 2nd down and 10. Long versus the pass again. 14 with a B, and it's incomplete, just out of reach, so it'll bring up 3rd down. Brandon Mass has to get something going here. 3rd and 10, 30-plus seconds to go. Long pass versus the blitz. 53, does F have a 2 pass? He does not. Blitz is picked up. The quarterback will find an open man. So it will go to an alternate receiver for Q plus R. Let's see who it goes to. We'll go for 11. Player 11 is Cole Barber. So we'll go to Barber for 29 yards. Does he get out of bounds? No. So they will hurry back to the line and spike it with 15 seconds left. So it's now potentially 2 plays left for Vegas to get to the end zone. They're on Chicago's 36. They spike the ball to stop the clock. So it's 2nd and 10. Let's see. They're going to go long versus the pass. Can they get into the end zone? 42. Does EA have a 0 pass? He does not. So we go to the XL column. There will be a penalty on this play. 42. Does the center have a 0 pass? He does. So it's a missed block. Quarterback pressure. We'll go to an alternate receiver. That will go to 12. That's caught by Barber for 5. But let's see what the foul is here. 46. It's holding on the offense. And that will mean that, unfortunately, that means we're going to have a 10-second runoff, and that is the ball game.
You blew it, man.
That penalty might be the biggest mistake of the season for Vegas. They were on the cusp of winning and keeping pace with Houston, but the game ends on a runoff, and Chicago keeps their hopes alive. They win this 19-13. Your Biddy Beer player of the game this week goes to Chicago quarterback Colby O'Connell, who ran a clean sheet this week with 20 for 35, 262 yards, and a touchdown, getting him a 90.4 rating this week. This game also puts him past 2,400 passing yards for the season. The win for Chicago keeps them on pace with Philadelphia as they stay 1 point behind the Bells. The Apollos, with a 4-point lead, officially clinch the East Division and will host either Philadelphia or Chicago in the postseason. Unfortunately, with their loss, it does mean New York has been eliminated. The loss for Vegas puts them a game back at Houston, and all signs point to elimination, but there is one scenario left for the Outlaws to keep them in the race. Portland, however, has clinched a playoff berth, but Week 13 will determine if they are home or away. Speaking of scenarios, let's look at those playoff scenarios for the final week of the season. Chicago's win keeps them alive for the time being, but they need help. They have to win in Cincinnati and have Orlando beat or tie Philadelphia to take that second spot. Philadelphia effectively needs the exact opposite to happen. They need to win in Orlando to lock it in, or have Chicago lose or tie in Cincinnati, and they will win the tiebreaker. Houston has the inside track in the West. They need to simply not lose against St. Louis or have Vegas not win at Portland, and they will take the last playoff spot. If they want home field, though, they need to win and have Portland lose. And a team we thought was done still has a long shot. Vegas can get into the playoffs with a win against Portland, and if Houston loses to St. Louis. The reason? A deep tiebreaker. Both Vegas and Houston would be 8-4. They split their head-to-head, so it would go to division record where they're tied at 7-3. A Vegas win puts them at 8-3. Houston goes to 7-4, and the Outlaws would get in. But the results of that will not be coming for a bit. Since no teams face off for a de facto playoff game, we're going to go ahead and skip Week 13 and go right to the postseason in 2 weeks. We'll recap the last week of regular season action, the semifinals, and then bring you the 2000 Football America Championship in its entirety. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and remember that we'll be back on June 16th for that big title game. Until then, this is Big Muzz reminding you, as always, to play well, play fair, but most importantly, play.